Welcome back to LGW, the Cricket Pulse. It is Wednesday night, April 22nd. I'm Will. I'm happy to report that the childcare crisis has been managed. The kids are asleep, and I'm officially back in the studio. I hope you didn't all miss me yesterday. George?
No, we didn't.
That's glad. I hope you, George, I heard you handled the chicken situation yesterday. How does it feel
Very well
to
handled.
be back in the room?
We're the only ones quacking, or just me and Will.
Only two, but I would say right now only one. Well, hi, Will. Thanks for that lovely intro. Though after seeing the scorecard from Lucknow today, I think I'd rather deal with the chicken than look at be an LSG fan. But welcome back, mate.
Great to have the full crew, boys. Great to have the full crew. I'm Loy, and if you like clinical bowling and slow burn thrillers, tonight was your Super Bowl. If you like boundaries, well, hopefully you've tuned in for a preview of tomorrow's game, because the Ekana Stadium was where scoring went to die tonight. Let's get right into the result.
Rajasthan Royals. Oh my God. Just snapped their 2-game loss streak in the most professional way. Professional? Well, that's a big stretch of a word. They posted 159 for 6. At one point, I thought they won't even cross 100. The pitch made it look like, it was supposed to be 250. They made an absolute chaos of that. If it wasn't for Ravindra Jadeja, he was our player of the match for a reason. He walked in when RR were wobbling and played a vital hand of 43 of 29 balls. He hit only 6 of the middle over and then turned around the ball, a masterclass of 1 for 29.
Well, when you
what's the
weren't here,
difference?
Will, we were just talking about it. And one of the points that I did highlight is the fact that there's a match winner, Jadeja. You can never write him off the game, whether it's bowling, batting, or fielding. He will turn up every game. But I think we also did discuss the scores yesterday. And we did say, I think, between 150 to 180 would be a...
Oh, right. Okay.
Would be a decent score. Anything below 150 would be a struggle. And lo and behold, whichever team bowled first would try to get the opposition out before 150. Anything above in Ekana would be a difficult job. It was as we discussed. However, shout out to Riyan Parag as well, because contrary to so many critics, he showed a lot of maturity for that short stint that he stabilized in the beginning of the game. He came in early, very hard pitch to bat on, did his best, stuck around for a bit, and I think that gave a good platform for Jadeja to come in and use all his experience and all his wisdom towards the end to get them over the line for 150. So, I mean, they did get to 150 then, but yeah, over 150. That was a brilliant masterclass if you look at it on a dry, I would say, wicket when it comes to runs. It was a decent score.
Definitely, and I think just to talk about the Stars again, not being able to give it their best again. If you look at it, Jaiswal started well. I think 22 of 12 was really decent enough. But then again, I think Shami was in a different league, and I think the way he got Yashasvi Jaiswal out, and the very next ball, Dhruv Jurel, a peach of a delivery as a fast bowler. I loved that ball because there was nothing Dhruv Jurel could do. I think there was no way he could have left the ball alone or do anything for the matter of fact. So a peach of a delivery to get Jurel out. And Shami, again, as we spoke yesterday, George, Shami was one of those key battles which we did talk about, and he definitely lived up to it. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, again, we love to see him bat. We would have loved to see him score today as well. But then I think as he was he scored a couple of boundaries, but then he wasn't his usual self. He was just kind of holding it there. He wasn't playing a huge knock. And finally, in that Mohsin Khan over, 5 dot balls, and the last ball he went for a swing,
Got
and
out.
then right on top, the ball went up and got caught. And that was a lovely catch by again Digwesh Rathi,
Oh, fantastic catch.
running back, and
It
again
was a brilliant catch. It was one of the
brilliant
most
catch.
difficult catches to execute, but full marks to Rati for that.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, thankfully, Riyan Parag, Hetmeyer had a small partnership, and after they fell,
Yeah,
and the score was 77 for 5, we thought, yeah, that's pretty much it. As Will
that's
was saying, it's going to be 100 or wrap up before that. But then I think that's where, again, as you guys told, we can never rule out Ravindra Jadeja from the side. If he's in your side, he's always going to perform. He's always going to come up, and he's going to try and put on a show, and that's what he did today. Absolutely smashing 43 runs, and Donovan Ferreira, a quick partnership with him with 20, and then Shubham Dubey 19. Yeah, set the tone for 159. But then with that score on the board, we thought, yeah, LSG is going to walk over it and get this done.
no
But
way.
what happened?
No way.
What happened?
I mean, when I was watching this, I wasn't actually, watching the live game, but I was checking on the scores. And at one point, when I actually saw the scores, it was like around 35 for 3. And I thought, okay, Rajasthan Royals are actually folding relatively quickly as well. It is sort of become a trend from quite a long time. It's, at least for last 3 seasons, they are off the mark very quickly, get those 5 wins in a trot, and then after that they just keep folding away, and then eventually it's a massive uphill battle. And I exactly thought that this is going to happen the same way as well. And while I was watching it, the scores, as you said, was at 1.79 for 7, and I absolutely thought this is where they're going to finish off. They probably might score about 100, 110. But what a pick by Rajasthan Royals. They went all in on, it feels like, it's a negotiation between US
CSK.
and Iran. No one wants to give away something, but eventually somebody gave away, Jadeja. And I know it's a poor analogy, but I'll come to that. I'll come to that.
Why are you getting it?
What a pick for
Rajasthan Royals, yeah.
Rajasthan Royals. And the man, he's not just a batsman. He will, as George said, he will turn up for any little jobs that come his way, whether it is bowling, fielding, batting, and and today he was all 3, and that was the difference between LSG and RR.
And
That's
I
all
think
I
he's
can say.
also the difference in the Chennai team. To be honest, CSK
What a loss.
middle order is seriously missing Jadeja. There's no replacement for that. I mean, they did get Sanju, the great asset up in the opening, but middle order losing Jadeja is a huge, huge irreplaceable task for Chennai. But that aside, the chase, I think Mitch Marsh gave LSG a bit of a positive note. I mean, there might have been some promise there. I think that was the lone warrior there. I think the rest of it was all RR bowling and Jofra Archer. Whoa.
What a beauty. What a beauty. You just can't keep him away from a game, right? I think you look at him, he comes in, he gives his best, he walks away. I think he's still got that pace, he's still got that control, he's still got that acumen to try and get wickets. And I think it's bloody amazing when I look at Jofra turn up, and I think it's the pair, right? Jofra and Nandre Burger, they together are absolutely destructive in the opening spells, and I think they are proving it over and over again with that initial over where it was beautiful how they bowled, and again rightfully 4 overs, a maiden 20 runs
Yeah.
and 3 wickets in a T20. So yeah, kudos Jofra Archer. And Nandre Burger, again, first over, 1 run, 1 wicket. Second over, again, he just gave 4 or 5. And then he came back and again, yeah, he got hit for a 6 by Mitch Marsh, but then immediately the next ball he got Mitch Marsh out on 55. So absolutely beautiful. I think what a performance by them. And again, Ravindra Jadeja coming back and spinning a web as well. Absolutely
Yes.
beautiful.
But to be honest, you know what? Jofra is turning out to be England's very own Malcolm Marshall, isn't it? He reminded me so much about Malcolm Marshall of late. It's crazy. He hits. I mean, he was generating bounce. No one else was doing that on that deck. It's crazy. It did honestly. It did remind me of vintage Marshall. Um, I'd love to see what he can do with England. It's going to be interesting. What he can do on the internationals now. He's oodles of experience now with IPL, and I think he's learned quite a few tricks or two. Plus, you know, he spent some time with Malinga as well, so it's going to be
Definitely,
great to see what
yeah.
he can do.
What's best about today's game was, for me personally, it was the bowlers coming good for once. It wasn't just batters going after. It was basically batters, testing ground, whether you're capable enough to stick around and score runs for your team. Jadeja showed that exact mental strength, and that comes with experience. And bowlers coming good. Shami was brilliant. The way he was bowling pace, beautiful. I think I'm seeing Shami after a very long time, and the way he bowled, it was absolutely phenomenal. Jofra Archer, amazing as well. So this game really showed how important pace is for the team, and if the pitch benefits them, it's going to be a completely different game. Now people, if as you play along more in the same grounds or different grounds, and you play on the same pitches over and over again, it is tend to get slower, and sometimes it's going to benefit the bowlers. Spinners might come into play in the later stage of these tournaments, so we might actually start seeing lower scores than as opposed to the high scores that we've been consistently seeing from the beginning. So there's more to watch out for in terms of the bowlers. So if you've got a good set of bowlers in your team, CSK apparently doesn't have any bowlers whatsoever. They're packed with batsmen. And if they fail, God save CSK. So I'm not betting too much on them. But if for the rest of the other folks, I think they've got some really good bowlers. LSG, I'm writing it off. Mumbai is making a little bit of a spark. It's the end of the candlestick. I think the flame is gonna die out very soon. But talking about Mumbai Indians, I'm taking away the conversation from this to Mumbai Indians, because I just saw one of those videos circulating where I could see some fiery motivation given to Tilak Verma. Tilak Verma was, going really slow at the beginning of his innings, and then after that fiery speech from Pandey, some sort of a ghost went into Tilak Verma, and then he smacked everyone and scored that century. So
Who's
clearly,
Pandey?
Pandya.
Pandya.
just saying.
You get it. You get it. You got it. Anyway.
I get it. I won't. I don't want the viewers to be confused.
No, the viewers will get it too.
No,
So
they
yeah,
don't know you.
I feel
They don't know you. We know you.
Like we do.
I feel that Hardik Pandya, something magical took place on Tilak Verma, because he wasn't firing at all for the whole tournament, and all of a sudden, with that speech, we have a different Tilak Verma from starting from today. So Mumbai Indians,
kudos.
Rest of the team, something to watch out for.
Yeah, just on that note, I think
cricket analysis, this can't be beaten. But that being said, there's a lot of PR work going into a lot of money being spent on PR to make Hardik Pandya look good.
I got the check as well from.
And I was about to say, I'm sure a small bit has gone to Wilfred. so like, okay, let's not get distracted, or let's not digress
Yeah,
from
just I think
what
just
we were
one thing before
speaking.
George. I think again we just can't leave out Prince Yadav. Again, he's been quiet. He's been doing his job for
Absolutely
LSG,
brilliant.
and I think again he's taken 2 for 29 today, and well deservedly the purple cap holder with
Perfect.
13 wickets in total right now. So again, there are these bowlers who we see within the IPL right now who slowly come and make an impact. And I think one of those bowlers were Natarajan, if you can remember him back from the earlier years. If you remember about the Bangalore bowler, what was his name? Harshal Patel. He had an
Yeah.
amazing season where he was the purple cap holder for that year when even RCB didn't win the cup, but then I think he was really an outstanding performer. So you see a lot of these bowlers come, and Prince Yadav was one of them who's really made her heads turn this year. And I think he's well deservedly there with the purple cap right now, and I think hoping he can continue with his performances for the rest of the season, because I think it's Prince Yadav and Anshul Kamboj right now, both on 13 wickets. But I think Prince
Yeah.
Yadav has got the cap at the minute. So again, absolutely brilliant to see that even bowlers are getting those opportunities, and bowlers who are not popular or who are well known are still making an impact, which is really good.
But last but not the least, a big shout out to Riyan Parag, because we spoke about experience, and this boy, not that experienced as a leader. What I saw today, they had just 5 bowlers, but the way he used them was absolutely brilliant, to the point that even the commentators were lauding that. And I've been saying this, that boy is a fantastic leader, very tactical, and the way he used especially Jofra and Burger were absolutely brilliant. I mean, especially using Burger, I think it was on the 16th over or the 15th, when he brought him back, just perfect. Today was a defensive masterclass as a captain. Really, hats off. Really good to see that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
because Mitch was having a go at them, and I think he just was getting to his 50 is when he reintroduced Nandre Burger,
Burger.
and then he gets hit for a 6. He reaches his 50, but then he gets him out, which was what they wanted. And again, the catch was taken by Riyan Parker himself, and you should
Yeah.
see that aggression and the passion behind that. So absolutely, I think I agree to that as well, George. Anyway, that being said, I think we'll wrap up the review of the game today. Good game again for Rajasthan to get back into the win. Again, if you look at it, they won about 4 of their last 6 meetings with LSG. And today, being a low scorer, I think they definitely held their nerves and amazing composure to try and get this home. So it's taken them back onto the second in the table, pushing down RCB. But then again, RCB is...
Momentarily.
And in saying that, I think let's go down to the preview of tomorrow's game, lads. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
an interesting game. MI versus CSK. Both of them are fighting at the bottom at the minute, 7th and 8th. And it's going to be an interesting clash. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
It's
well,
the El Clasico, baby. I don't care where they
El
are on the table.
Clasico.
When yellow meets blue
God.
at the 1KD, the atmosphere is going to be electric. And did you see the news? Will Jacks has landed in Mumbai. If he plays the Mumbai top order becomes terrifying, and
Really?
it'll be even.
He did have a good season. He did have a good World Cup, George. So T20 World Cup, he bowled, he got wickets, he was batting well, similar to Bethel. I think Bethel clicked in the semi-finals, but then I think Will Jacks did have a good World Cup as well. So and he played for RCB. You remember, right? Last year he was playing for RCB, and he
No,
did have a good outing, a few outing as well.
He's had a long layoff as well, so I don't know if he's going to just come in and start kicking things away immediately. I'm sure he needs to slowly transition into the team. I mean, also he needs to deal with whatever the drama is happening with their captain and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't think he's going to come in and immediately start performing per se. But I think obviously the man of the hour right now is Tilak Varma. In saying that, so Mumbai is almost on a bounce back from. I mean, it should have been such a big plus their last game, but Chennai is looking for answers still. Will they find something? I'm still waiting for Tala Dhoni to be back. So
I've seen a
it's going to
couple of
be
videos
interesting.
of him practicing in one of the Chennai practice pitches, and I've seen Dhoni interacting with other people. But Dhoni, you can't expect a lot from him. But what I would definitely expect something to happen with CSK is the change in the captaincy. Something should take place because right now Gaikwad is actually in a very dark place. So getting Sanju to be experimented with the captaincy for at least tomorrow's game and giving Gaikwad a little bit of a rest and bringing in Tala as well, that would make a good combination and hopefully a
But then
good
I think
experiment
again,
as well.
I think CSK is going from bad to worse, to be honest, because the problem is Khalil Ahmed, who was one of their opening bowlers, he's out
Good bowler.
injured right now. They've
Yeah.
lost him, and Ayush
And they've
Matre,
lost
who's been scoring
Matre. Yeah.
runs, he's injured and he's out for the season. He's not just out
Season,
for
yeah.
a few games; he's out for the season. So hard luck, CSK. I think you just. What analogy can I use? I think they're between the devil and the sea, and I think they're just sinking right now. They just don't have anything to hold on to try and get out. And I think again, Dhoni is will he, won't he, will he, won't he? And that's the saga with
Yeah.
Dhoni, right? We would have loved to see him back and come back and at least get the scene, because I think when he's there, his presence makes a big difference when he's in the playing 11, and I think I don't even see him on the sidelines when the game's happening. I'm not sure what exactly is the reason, and what exactly CSK's situation. It's really hard to say. I think it might be something for CSK to forget unless there's going to be some turnarounds in terms of getting some players. I think they are getting a player called Spencer Johnson. He's joined the team, and he was bowling in the practice sessions as well. But again, we're not sure if he's going to be making the team. That's something which I did read today.
I think more. I think by my reckoning, Dhoni is staying away from the games because he doesn't want that distraction for the team. But that being said, this whole appearance during the net practice and then going missing during the games, it's like keeping everyone guessing. But I think that's going to stop now. But because Ayush Matre is losing Ayush
Officially
Matre for
gone.
the season is actually a huge loss for Chennai, because he's that glimmer of hope, that consistency that's in the team, because he's been more consistent than Samson, which was, I think they were depending on a lot. What I think is Dhoni is gonna walk into Matre's position, and he's possibly gonna take the mitts from Samson, and possibly going to be a very important leadership presence there. I don't know why Chennai is persistent on Rituraj. Beats me. Same as why Hardik is captaining Mumbai. I mean, it's a tale of two really struggling captains. So it will be an interesting game to see. I mean, if Dhoni is playing, it would be a really interesting swing, because he can just read the game like and turn it around like a game of chess. So yeah,
Exactly, and I
that'll be
think
interesting.
Will, I think you were just saying as well, right? Will, I think Rohit Sharma is still not sure if he's going to make it.
Yeah.
So I think QDK would still get a look in, and again, it
Yeah.
could be an option for Will Jacks to get in as well, as you were saying earlier, Will, because again, they have an option of both batting and bowling with him. And again, I was reading that they might swap him with Allah Ghaznfar. So he might come in for Allah Ghaznfar, so which could give them an option with a batsman and a bowler as well. So
If I
would
were
be
to
interesting
wrap
to
up
see.
my analogy of this particular game, I think Mumbai has got an upper hand right now. They seem to be a much more better unit when compared to CSK, since CSK have lost some of the key players, and they've lost key players from key departments. One in the batting department, one in the bowling departments. They're absolutely looking weak, and I don't see Dubey coming in to bowl his off cutters and getting smacked all over the park. So he's just going to come in as a pure batter. So CSK for me is the weaker. They're getting weaker every single day. And when it comes to Mumbai Indians tomorrow, we've got Bumrah. He's going to come in with full firepower. He's had a good game previous one, so he's going to be pressing on and getting those early breaks. Considering CSK is looking already weak, I might see. You probably can see. Sanju going out cheaply tomorrow. That's my
Come
prediction.
on, Will. No, you can't do this,
Yeah,
Will. CSK is your team.
actually,
It's CSK
no, no,
is
no,
your
no, no,
team.
no. So, but I am
Georgia
actually
camera's gone.
contradicting that.
Georgia camera's gone.
No, I can still see him. I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
still.
No,
camera's
it's
working. Don't it's working. Don't worry. I'm looking
okay.
at
Okay,
it.
cool, cool,
Uh,
cool.
so no, I'm gonna disagree with Will there, and I'm gonna say, in fact, I feel that tomorrow is gonna be Sanju's game, and tomorrow I think CSK is gonna um, have the
I
upper
would
hand.
love
I
you for
think,
that. For
yeah,
once. Yeah.
and and I think and I think tomorrow is going to be Sanju's game, and tomorrow is going to be Kamboj's game. So I really think tomorrow is going to be Chennai's game in Wankhede.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay,
I
so let's
call
look at the predictions then. So you're calling George. You're calling CSK tomorrow. Will,
yes
who swears by CSK, is calling for MI tomorrow, and
That's all purely because our position
analytics.
is absolutely in a very weak stage, unless something massively changes, like we are asking for, which is to Tala Dhoni to come in, at
go on
least
your knees. Will, go on
yeah.
your knees.
No,
Pray.
I'm not
Did you
doing that.
you'll
No,
have to
no.
pray for CSK. Come on, Will.
I
You
think
just can't
CSK should
leave them
move on
hanging.
away from Tala Dhoni completely, because there's way too much dependency on him. Even if his shadow just falls onto that ground, all of a sudden some miracle is going to happen. I think CSK should move on from that. He's put in a lot of money into that franchisee himself. That should be the case. But beyond that, I think Tala should be a mentor sitting there somewhere in the corner, just giving guidance to the team. But for from now onwards, I think it should all focus towards Sanju taking over this team and changing it.
That is what I think as well, because yes, they've actually moved on from, they've put the transition plan in motion of moving on from Dhoni, but they've given the captaincy to the wrong guy. That's what I've been harping on as well. Rituraj is not the leader that Chennai needs. I think the hero they need is Sanju Samson. And earlier they recognize that, and the earlier they change the leadership, pass the baton to Sanju, the better they'll fare, because it just is not working out for Rituraj. I'll
I
be
think for
honest.
some reason, I just feel that this is going to be a season they're going to just persist. They'll persist with Gaikwad and languish at the very bottom of the table for this season as well, and then finally hand in the papers to Gaikwad and say, "Look, man, you've got 2 seasons. You played 2 seasons. This is what you were capable of. So we might just take it away and give it to Sanju." That is my way of thinking. This is what's going to happen.
But then for me, I think Will, I think they've made that they've made that change in between. I think they'd given that to Ravindra Jadeja as captain, and during almost the middle of the season, they pulled it back and gave it to Dhoni. So it's not something new which they would be doing. And again, I think if they need to try and make a change in terms of how they are playing right now and how the team is being captained, I think they'll have to make that call and then make that change. There's no point in waiting for the entire season to finish. Rather than it's still halfway, right? 17 games, another 7 games. Sorry, 7 games done. There's another 7 games to go. Give him the other chance. Give him a chance. Let him do the 7 games, and if it doesn't work out, then that's fine. But then just it's not going to be any worse from where they are right now. right?
I just
So I
feel
think that's the call they should do.
Because the way CSK is, in a shape right now, the way their team selection looks like, it doesn't look like a good unit on the papers and as well as on the field as well. So if someone went up to Sanju and said, "Look, Sanju, you're going to captain from tomorrow," Sanju might actually have loads of other questions because at the time of the selection, he wasn't part of the team. He was just literally, moving from RR to CSK. So he didn't have any say in the way they were picking the team. So if he is given a captaincy and he continues to lose because of the way the team built itself is, then he doesn't want to be in a position to take that blame. Maybe I'm just
I
thinking
don't think that's Sanju though.
it's my way of thinking it. But if
Yeah,
I
don't think
was Sanju,
Sanju
I
is like
wouldn't
that.
take that Samson. If I was Sanju, I would say no, just let Ritu continue for this whole season, and I'll take it over from next year onwards. That's what I would say if
No,
I
I,
was
I
Sanju.
don't think Sanju is that kind of a guy. He's all out and out a team player. If his team needs him to be, he will take that over. But I just, here's me thinking, all right? So if I were to put on a Chennai Super King hat, I'm just thinking, okay, so if your idea is to stick with uh, Rituraj for the rest of the season and then, possibly move on for the leadership, my question is, why can't you do that now? Why wait till the end of the season? I don't get it. Why continue the misery?
It's the way the team is going from bad to worse, and the
Yeah,
only
so
way
that
you can
gives you more
recover.
reason to change.
Yeah, that is it's a very valid point to say that that is more reason to change. But changing a captaincy, I don't see a massive impact that's going to happen for the team because the team doesn't have the firepower to actually come out and win the tournament. The only way, for the way I look at it, the only way Chennai can actually win the games is bat first, or bat second. But the top order, the first three batter should come out good. Especially Sanju has to score big. If he doesn't score big, the team has no chance at all to winning any game because the opponents, if they bat first, would definitely put a very good total, and the only way you can chase that down is the Sanju factor. Ayush is gone. You can't rely on another player
There's
coming in.
Sarfraz. And
Sarfraz is good.
in
Shivam
all
Dubey,
honesty,
Brevis, but I think they've got
no,
a decent side. But then again, I think as we were
See, you're
saying,
rubbing your eyes by when you're saying when you were rubbing your eyes when you were saying they are decent side. It's hard to get that the fact out of the CSK team right now. There's nothing really good that you can say. Yeah, this team has some firepower. All it
no,
needs is a
I
little bit of
disagree,
motivation.
Will. I'll tell you what, they have the players and the team. And I'll tell you the same thing I said about Mumbai. What they need is a change in leadership because Rituraj is not some loser. He's actually a fantastic player. And
Yep,
I really think that captaincy is weighing him down, and taking the captaincy away from him would possibly do him a favor and Chennai a favor. And Sanju is someone like who's akin to Dhoni. He enjoys that
pressure.
responsibility,
Yeah,
and I think he performs better under such situations as well. And it would be better for Chennai to move that captaincy on to um, Sanju Samson. And on the same breath, I would say would be better for Mumbai to move the captaincy to someone more capable than Hardik Pandya, because Hardik Pandya, the player, is fantastic, but Hardik Pandya, the captain, is awful. I just think it's both. You're going, tomorrow's game is like um, between two teams which have firepower, which have decent lineup, one with all stars, but both teams with two captains who have no clue what they're doing, and they're weighing the team. I mean, they're literally holding the team back. I think captaincy is a problem with both the teams, and let's see who comes out on top tomorrow.
yeah, and just in terms of some quick stats, guys, I think MI and CSK have lost 21 matches since 2024, which is the
sure.
most losses among the 10 teams in the IPL, um, which is which is surprisingly,
Awful.
unsurprisingly,
two dominant teams in the past is now
Exactly.
languishing at the bottom of the table. It's
And
it's
I
pretty
Anyway,
sad.
I can say, Chennai, at least, on paper, can justify and say there are some reasons we're not playing well. Mumbai doesn't even have that reason. I mean,
they're on paper.
on paper, when you look at Mumbai's team, you can't justify the results. And I strongly believe they need to move that captaincy thing away from that guy. But hey, I mean, if you still want to stick around and find out, good on you. Continue.
Exactly. So I think in terms of tomorrow's prediction from me, I'm going to say it's going to be MI. As much as I would love to see Sanju perform, I think I'm going with MI tomorrow. So I think it's
Yeah.
2 MI versus 1 CSK. A divided house as always. We'll see if the Wankhede stays blue or turns yellow tomorrow night.
That'll be one interesting thing to watch as well. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
catch
but
the
you know
toss.
what? This house is only united when RCB plays. So otherwise, it's always divided.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant.
You see,
Okay,
my
so
heart is with CSK because I want them to win and perform really well, but I don't see the firepower in that team. There is no firepower apart from Sanju, and Sanju has his own period of downfalls. Period of some emotional ride, and then he comes back and he does fantastically.
I think
But
if you give him the captaincy, he'll start performing. That's what I feel.
I hope they make changes. We've been asking for this. I've been asking this ever since I came back to the podcast after my holiday. So if that change does take place, it's a good change. It gives Sanju the chance to mix and see his style and bring in some changes. Probably it might work. It's going to be good. But hey.
So, lads, I think
first.
we'll have to wrap up again. Good discussions. I think it's time for all of us to hit the bed, and I think George for doing the edits. But then, that being said, I think we'll have to bring in a little bit of a more. I was thinking of asking you guys as well. I think we'll bring in a little bit of a more of a quiz in terms of getting some stats out in terms of who are the top 10 players who've scored the maximum sixes in the IPL, or something which will make it a little bit more interesting in terms of our conversations as we go through this every day. I'll try and bring in that segment. I'll try and bring in the segment.
I know the top two. It's both from RCB, so I know that.
I think let's bring in a couple of additional segments. I think could be a quick one just to kind of keep the chatter all the more interesting and get more people engaged.
Sure.
So anyway, thanks to our listeners. Thanks to who's been listening to us. Thanks for your comments again, who is sharing comments. Please do send us your feedback. Please do send us what you feel about the show. Please do send us what you like about Will and what you hate about him. Please do tell what you like about me and George and what you hate about us as well. And again, do tell us, is our cricket analytics good or absolutely but then I think that's what we would love to hear, because I think that's what makes us better. We love to talk about cricket. We love to hear from you guys, and we're here for that. So I think I want to call it a night today. And thanks to my two friends. It's always fun to chat with you guys again, and good to have another wonderful chat today. That's it from us tonight.
Likewise.
Lads.
Dios.
Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.